These are the 10 travel commandments, and if you follow them, I promise you, your travel experience is going to be one of a kind. Now, I want to start off by saying the first and most important thing when it comes to travel and really hacking this game is loyalty does not matter. I don't care to fly one airline. Like my dad. My dad, he only wants to fly United, okay? And it honestly becomes sort of chaotic when he's trying to travel because he's trying to organize his trips around United hubs so he can only fly that one airline because he's loyal to them and he wants his points. Whereas me, I'm loyal to whoever gives me the best deal for my point redemptions. I will fly United, I'll fly Delta, I'll fly JetBlue. I don't care. If the deal is there and I can transfer my points for less than the other airline, I'm doing that. And guess what? I still get all the amazing benefits. When I fly first class, the ticket comes with the airline lounge. So I don't need to hold a JetBlue credit card in order to be in their lounge. I can be in the Mint lounge just by getting a Mint ticket. Okay, so I'm going where I'm treated best. Loyalty literally does not matter. The only way I would be loyal to one airline is if my company was paying for all my travel and I had to fly out of a hub, right? If I lived in Miami and my company paid for me to go on airlines all the time, I would just get an American credit card and I would be using that for all the purchases and I'd probably just fly American. But in my situation, since I'm an entrepreneur, since I travel around the globe, I'm just gonna go wherever the best deal is. So when you're first starting out, just realize your points are super valuable. Go where you're treated best, okay? You don't have to be tied down to anything. Number 2, lounge access is so easy. Okay, you should never be in an airport sitting at a frickin' Shake Shack like me. I'm just here because I love this place. But usually I would be in a lounge, and I can go in a lounge. I have about 10 credit cards in my backpack that give me access to all the lounges, right? I can go to Priority Pass. They have like 2 lounges here in this airport. I can hit the Centurion Lounge. So I always have options, right? You want optionality in this world. And it's very easy to get that. It's not complicated. All you have to do is just hold the Amex Platinum, which will give you Priority Pass, which is a worldwide network of lounges. And you also get Centurion Lounge. The Chase Sapphire Reserve, they now have a Sapphire Lounge in some airports, and they also give you Priority Pass. If you want to, as a bonus, you can hold a specific partner airline card, like a United Club card, maybe a Delta card, an American card, and they will also give you access to those specific airline lounges. I personally don't care for that because I'm happy to just sit in an Amex lounge or in one of the Priority Pass lounges. Next, you should never be waiting in a line, okay? TSA, PreCheck, and Global Entry is free. You can pay for it with your Amex Business Platinum or your Sapphire Reserve, and they will credit you what you paid. So there's absolutely no way you'll find me coming back from an international trip and waiting in a 4-hour line, okay? It's not happening. I don't have to. I scan my face, I walk in, and I'm good. Okay. Next, never redeem points in your credit card portal. Way too many beginners and people coming in my program for the first time. I hear horror stories of them spending 1 million points on a family vacation for him and his wife to fly to Greece on first class. They spend $500,000 on the way there, $500,000 on the way home, when they literally could have got away spending $300,000 if they would have just transferred to the correct transfer partner. They could have got 5 to 10x the value out of their points. Instead, they're getting 1 cent per point spent when they could have got 10 cents per point spent just by transferring it to the partner. Okay, so never, ever, ever redeem your points in Amex Membership Rewards Portal or the United Ultimate Rewards Portal with Chase. You will get 1 cent per point. You're getting absolutely ripped off. Okay, number 5, hotel status is mandatory. Okay, you can stretch your dollar so much further if you just have a top status at a hotel. Let me explain. I personally love Marriott. Marriott is my favorite brand because it gives me access to so many brands around the world. Ritz-Carlton, St. Regis, the W, just to name a few, are my favorite. And just by being a Marriott Bonvoy Titanium Elite member or an Ambassador Elite member, which I've been able to maintain that status for the past 4 or 5 years, I am able to get room upgrades. I'm able to get late checkout at 4 p.m. I just have so much pull with the employees. They're helping me. They always know when it's my anniversary or birthday. They're setting things up for me. They just treat you like family. Okay, so it is so important to have status, whether you want to do that just by staying a lot of nights, which is great, or if you want to jumpstart it a bit you can just get a credit card like a Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, which automatically grants you platinum status just by holding that credit card. Okay, and then there's the Amex Hilton Aspire card. If you like Hilton as your brand, you get diamond status just by holding that card. Okay, so if you already have platinum at Marriott, you now only need to stay another 25 nights in order to get Titanium Elite. So it makes your life a lot easier. I highly recommend holding one of these cards, especially if you don't travel a lot. Because if you don't travel a lot, the likelihood of you getting to gold status or platinum status by just staying the amount of nights needed is very slim. So just hold one of these cards, and you're going to get the free breakfast, you're going to get the suite upgrades, late checkout, all the incredible benefits. Next, always rent luxury cars at little to no cost. Okay, stop spending $200 a day on stupid cars on Turo when you could literally just go to Hertz or National or Avis and you can get President's Circle with these just by matching with your top status at your hotel. So for me, I have top status at Marriott, Ambassador Elite, and I can do a status match, and you can see all the active status matches that are out there in the world right now by going on statusmatcher.com. I can say, hey, I have top status with Hilton. Which car rental places will match the status? And they'll say, hey, Avis will give you President's Circle. Just fill out this form. You take a screenshot of your status that you have at the hotel, and they'll grant you access for the top status at the car rental company. Now I get President's Circle lot, which means I can book a standard crappy car for like $30 a day, and I can pull up to the lot and take whatever car I want off the lot. So whenever I need to rent a car, which is rarely ever, but sometimes I like to, like when I go to Marbella to visit my girl's family, we'll go ahead and we'll take a car and we'll drive around. And I always get a really nice car by doing this for very low cost. Okay. Number 7, last minute always wins when it comes to first class. I know this sounds counterintuitive, but if you're an entrepreneur and you have a flexible schedule like most internet entrepreneurs do, you should always be booking your flights last minute. Let me explain. If you use Seats.aero, this is the website that is the best in the world at showing you which airlines have the flights and where to transfer your points to in order to get them. You're going to see the best options come up within 24 to, this should say 48, to 48 hours of your trip. Okay, so, for me, I'm going to Europe in 2 weeks. I'm not going to book my flight now. I'm literally going to wait for 24 hours before. I'll use the Lufthansa first class finder inside of Seats.aero, and it's going to show me all of the Lufthansa first class flights in the US going to Europe. Typically, the ones I see that pop up the most are Miami to Frankfurt or Boston to Frankfurt or Munich, and they're usually like 80,000 to 100,000 points on first class, which is insane. First class, you're sipping champagne, you're eating caviar, you have a full bed. To Europe, these would usually cost 500K to 1 million points through Chase, Ultimate Rewards, or Amex Portal. So the bang for your buck here is insane. Always use last minute travel for Seats.aero to find the best deals. Now, when redeeming your Marriott points, always book 5 nights minimum. Okay, what I like to do is I like to save up my Marriott points for one nice trip a year. So, for example, when I went to the Maldives with my wife, we booked 5 nights and we got the 5th night free. So any hotel that you book on Marriott and you redeem for points, you can book 5 nights and the 5th night is free. So if I just booked 4 nights, it would have been 450,000 points. I did 5 nights and it was still 450,000 points. So the deal is amazing. So you should always try to book in a block of 5, and you should save your points for something that's meaningful. So, maybe a trip to the Maldives, Bora Bora, something very special, and your points are going to get the best redemption that way. Okay? Number 9, always arrive right before your flight. I screwed up the spelling here. 20 minutes before your flight. And there's no need to come 2 hours before. Internationally as well, I like to pull up maybe 30 minutes before. If we want to hit a lounge and, we're excited and it's a summer trip, we'll go to the first class lounge. We'll get the whole experience. We'll do the massage. That's great. But if I'm just going domestically, I don't want to hit a lounge. I like my food at home. I'll have my raw milk. I'll have my nice animal-based food. And then I get on the plane and I go. I don't want to eat the seed oils and all the crap. Okay, so always arrive 20 minutes before your flight. You're not going to miss your flight, especially if you have TSA pre and you're bringing a carry-on. You'll be fine. You can walk up to the gate as they start boarding. You gracefully walk on the plane, and you're off. Okay? Number 10, always bring your own water past security. Yes, you heard me right. I bring my own water to pretty much every airport, and if it's for medical reasons, and you say that, you're good to go. You didn't hear that from me. Guys, I'm literally so committed to you. I'm in the airport right now in front of everyone. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. But we're on the 30-day streak, and we're not going to stop. So if you enjoyed this video, if you're getting a lot of value out of this, if you want to join my community with over 1,000 members that are accessing hundreds of thousands of dollars at 0% capital, traveling the world for free and luxury, and deploying this capital into things that give them back their time and more passive income, then make sure you click the link in the description to apply to work with me. Spots are very limited. We do not take on just anyone. You do have to qualify. So with that being said, make sure you smash the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.